Yeah.
Now here's Amazon, which, by the way, Jeff Bezos, the guy who made all his money, he owns the Washington Post.
Yeah,
Washington Post printed Snowden's material,
Yes.
right, along with the Guardian. Now the Washington Post had an editorial condemning Snowden. No, he's got to come back and face the music. Well, why do they, if we have freedom of the press, and he gave them the information that they printed, why does that protect the Washington Post and not Snowden?
Well,
Same thing happened with the Pentagon Papers.
Yes, that's right.
You know, Daniel Ellsberg. If freedom of the press protects that paper that's going to make money off these stories, why doesn't it protect the whistleblower? Okay, that's the key thing in the Snowden case. If the information Snowden gave the American public is information that should have not been classified, that we had a right to see, that we needed to see to be an informed public.
Right.
Where do you get off Adam Schiff? Where do you get off Jeff Bezos in the Washington Post saying he should be in the slammer like Chelsea Manning for the rest of her life, in the slammer for giving? What was Chelsea Manning's big crime? To reveal that our pilots were shooting up innocent civilians,
yes.
that they were shooting up journalists, including reporters for Reuters. That's the great crime. So what we're really, you got under Barack Obama now a president who has used the Espionage Act more than all those previous presidents combined.
Yes.
In direct violation of this warning from George Washington, beware the impostures of pretended patriotism. In the name of patriotism, you know, you are willing to destroy the Fourth Amendment, the First Amendment, all of our protections. Now, why do we have those protections? No one ever stops to ask. Are they a luxury just in safe times?
That's right.
Are they something you just have written down because it sounds nice? No. The founding fathers, whatever their other failures, and they were failures.
Yes.
You know,
we're all human.
No, but also white, male, privileged, but yes, all that we know. But what did they do? They enshrined a notion of limited government, checks and balances, the right of the individual. They enshrined that, right? Knowing it would be used against them.
Yep.
They were going to be the government.
Yeah.
So, you know, they knew the press could be nasty. We had a pretty nasty press. You know, the town crier, the wall posters, you know, penny press, the pamphleteers, you know, Tom Paine. They didn't like Tom Paine. He could roast them, you know.
Yeah, that's right. Even though it was common sense.
Yeah, but they protected his right and the right of anyone.
That's right.
Free speech, right to people assemble, free press. Why? Because they said that will bring discomfort to us rulers, leaders, elected people. But we need to be made uncomfortable. Why? Because their maximum was power corrupts, absolute power corrupts absolutely.
That's right.
And so it was not for the best of times. No, it was for the worst of times. Because those founders knew, hey, this thing could go south. We could be hanging from the nearest tree. The Brits come back, as they did in 1812.
Well, we also know from the Princeton study in 2014, you know, after studying something like 180 bills and policies from 81 to 2001, that the conclusions were we're 100% oligarchy. They didn't find anything in those bills or those policies that was democratic. Yeah. So basically you have a handful of people making all the decisions, all the important decisions for everyone else.